wonderful algebra students. Today we're going to talk about finding the midpoint of a segment, which is our next section of geometry. And what is a midpoint? A midpoint is equal distances between 2 points. So if I have these 4 points on a coordinate grid, A, B, C, and D, I can count horizontal and vertical distance. The horizontal distance is 7 points. The vertical distance is 6 points. I can even tell you the midpoint between the points. Between A and C, I can count and I go 3 to C and 3 to A, and I can tell you the exact midpoint. I can even do it for horizontal. But what if I want to know the distance between A and D? Well, that makes it a little trickier. Last time we talked about Pythagorean theorem. You can use the Pythagorean theorem. You can draw the horizontal distance, which is B, the vertical distance I called A, and my hypotenuse is C, and that's what I need to find the distance of. And when I do that, A was 6 units, B was 7 units. Remember, the Pythagorean theorem is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. 6 squared plus 7 squared equals C squared. 36 plus 49 equals C squared, which is the square root of 85. C is 85 units. But what does that tell me? Well, it tells me I know that it's somewhere between 9 and 10 units, but I don't know how to count that. So let's talk about it. What do I know about the midpoint of AD? Well, I know that they're ordered pairs for each point. A is -4, 4, and B is 3, -2. I know that there's X values and Y values. I know that the midpoint should be somewhere between those values of X and Y. And midpoint is dividing something in half. So if I take the X values and add them together, -4 plus 3 divided by 2, I get -1/2. When I do Y values, 4 plus -2 divided by 2, I get 1. My midpoint must be -1/2 at 1. Okay, so I know that midpoint divides something into 2 parts, the segment or whatever, the distance. A segment bisector also divides a segment or a line into 2 equal parts. So we see this line, point M is the midpoint of VW. So we need to find the length of just VM. So I know that VM is 4x minus 1 and MW is 3x plus 3. So I can set them equal to one another. And when I do that, I need to solve for x first. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 3x from both sides, and I get x minus 1 is equal to 3. The next thing I need to do is I need to add 1 to both sides. And when I do that, I get x equal 4. But am I done? No, because I needed to find the distance of VM. So I'm going to substitute 4 in for x. 4 times 4 is 16 minus 1, and the distance of VM is 15. All right, now, what if I'm given the midpoint and one endpoint? Can I find the other endpoint? Sure. First of all, I just need to substitute. And so I'm going to substitute 1 plus x divided by 2 is equal to 2. 1 plus x is equal to 4, x equal 3. For the y values, I know 4 plus y divided by 2 is equal to 1. 4 plus y equal 2. Okay, the next part is going to be your turn. The endpoints of AB are A -8, 7 and B 5, 1. Find the coordinates of M. Go ahead and stop the video. When you're ready, restart it to find the answer. The coordinates for the midpoint M are -1.54. Let's try this one. The midpoint of PQ is 2, negative 3. The endpoint is 4, 1. Find the other endpoint Q. Stop the video and restart it when you have the answer. The other endpoint Q is 0, negative 7. That's all for today.